Hi kids, good morning. Welcome to Balance TV. Today we're going to do some zombie meal prep, and that's basically the low down dirty version of let's go over to the store, try and grab whatever we can, 10 to 15 bucks with whatever's on the shelf to try and feed 4 to 6 people. This is not healthy meal planning with Dr. Strand. This is whatever we can get. Truth be known, I'm going to go diving this evening, and I got to have some good simple carbohydrates, some protein, and some complex carbohydrates to get me through the dive routine and then recover so I can do some night dives and then do some early morning dives tomorrow. So I'm going to try and get 6 dives in within 24 hours. So it's not going to be healthy, but it's going to be a good adventure to try and see what we can do. We have not been to the store yet. We don't know what's on the shelves. I do know what's in the fridge here. Basically, I've got some minced garlic, so I can make pretty much anything taste good. I've got salt, pepper, I've got spice, and then I have a couple eggs. So if I need to, I can throw that in there. Anyway, all right, so zombie meal prepping. Basically, we've already taken our inventory, we went through the fridge, we looked at everything that we have. I know the basics. I need everything. I just can make it taste good. Number 2, I'm gonna go hunting. We're gonna walk over to the store, which is right next door in the parking lot. We'll see what we've got. Probably the second most dangerous place on the planet right now is the store, the grocery store. Hospital, I think, would be number 1. If you want to catch any kind of disease that's circulating around, go to the hospital. And then otherwise, go to the grocery store where nobody's observing 6-foot distancing. And then we're going to come back and we're going to clean and cook, and we'll see what we've got. Let's go. Okay, we just got back from the store. We got shut down so hard. I've never seen so many managers at one time. They all came out and she's like, "You guys, you can't do that, you can't do that." And I will admit, the problem was we went for vegetables. We went through the frozen food aisle, we went through the meat department, and then as we were getting to vegetables, which I know are unhealthy, you shouldn't be eating vegetables. I'm not a cow. Anyway, that's terrible. We'll edit that out, or not. But they came out in full force, flak jackets on, masks, respirators, like they had full oxygen kits on, ready to go. And she pointed her zucchini at me and said, "Can't do this." So we stopped filming. So we're editing all that out. But we did just get back. We spent $24. Now, $24 seems like a lot, but look at what we got. We got a giant thing of macaroni and cheese. Okay, so this feeds, just out of the box, it feeds 4 to 5 people. I got 2 huge head of broccoli, organic broccoli. I got some Foster Farms pre-made chicken. And again, I realize that this is not healthy, okay, but we're doing this on the quick for a dive trip. And then I got 2 bottles of the Clorox cleanup. This stuff is good. We're not going to eat any of this today or in the future, but we do use it here at the clinic and at our houses to keep, to keep everything neat and clean. So we love Clorox. This is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form, but we love the Clorox. Okay, I'm gonna go clean up my vegetables and do a little chopping. We might film some of that, and then we'll get everything ready and we'll start the cooking process. See you in a minute. All right, so we've got our tools and supplies ready. We've got our knives, including a zombie knife, just in case. Got a little spoon, got our cooking implements, chopsticks, just in case you never know what you're gonna need. We could be making some Chinese food. Got our zombie apocalypse hot sauce. We got plenty of salt and pepper. I got some butter to do my cooking juice, my chicken. I got my panko crust that I'm gonna use here, and some minced garlic. I'm gonna get to chopping and we'll start sauteing this up. I'm gonna pick out all these little leaves because I don't want the leaves. I just want the crowns, and then I want a little bit of this. I don't know, what do you call this on broccoli? Meat? Is this the meat of the broccoli? If there's meat on broccoli, this is definitely gonna be it. I'm just gonna chop this up, gonna dice it. I have way too much broccoli here for what I'm gonna make. So you can broccoli it up or broccoli it down. Again, we spent 15 bucks total on food, 10 bucks on Clorox. So I'm just, and I'm not like chefing through this knife here because I'm not a chef, right? I do think it's important to be able to walk into the store and whatever you buy, to be able to make it at least a little bit more healthy, more palatable for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese. Homemade mac and cheese is probably my favorite, but there's a couple brands out there that are really good as well. So I'm just gonna dice some of this up, get some nice crunchy chunks in there.
And again, so I'm going to prep all of this broccoli that I just diced up, and I'm going to get it ready to be able to put into my food. But I'm probably not going to use it. What's going to happen is I will use it to put in my eggs tomorrow. As kind of just like a little bit of, you know, a little bit more of the beneficial, of the good carbs, and have some protein in the chicken and things like that. Okay, so I got plenty of broccoli here, and I think that's pretty good compared to my chicken ratio. All right, so let me clean this up, and then we're going to start sautéing some. I say sautéing. We're going to start heating this food.
That would suck if that was a noise that came out of those when you were trying to cook. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yep. Oh, that already smells good, too. Come on, butter. Get a little melty. Get that butter sliding around here. Okay, I'm going to try and make my apocalypse breading. Okay. It's still, again, I'm trying to, you know, have plenty of carbs that I can just restore my energy. And then we'll eat before we clean and stow gear for the night. You know, about an hour and a half, 2 hours before we rack out. And hopefully we'll store some of this, but burn most of it in the process. Okay, 16 minutes. So this is definitely more than I'm going to need. I'm only going to need about this much for the macaroni and cheese, which means this is first meal tomorrow. I got stuff for omelets. Look at that. 2 meals. Ooh, okay. Hot. 16 minutes of irradiation. I love technology.
Okay, so let's do this. I am gonna peel this back. I'm gonna peel it away from my face so I don't burn my nostril. Mucous membranes, probably one of the most important defense mechanisms we have in terms of keeping from getting sick, is the mucous membranes in your schnoz, your nose area, your nasal area, this spot. It doesn't do real good with hot and dry. Kind of dries out your mucous membranes, and that can actually lead to increased risk of getting sick. So what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna give it a brief stir. Oh, so I will tell you now, I am a master of microwave mac and cheese, only in that I love adding spicy sausage to it. Chorizo is great, and then I put in jalapenos, and then I add another layer of scorpion pepper Gouda on top of it, and I put it back in, and that is why we need to hoard toilet paper. But this should be better than that. Okay. Ooh, yes, all of this. I hope this is all flame retardant. I don't think it is. This could get interesting. Which side? Let's do this one. Okay. Nice and chunky here. I like this. I like the big chunks of the vegetables, and the chicken in there is good. And then I'm also going to add, since I'm making this, we're going to pre-apocalypse it, which with just a little bit of the flavoring here. I just like the taste. It's not really that spicy. It's kind of spicy. It's not that spicy though. So now we'll just mix this in real good. And then the next step is to put this in for an additional 3 minutes. The package says 2, but when you add some things, it just seems to take a little bit longer. Oh, look at that. So I think easily, no matter what, we've just turned this into a meal for 4 to 6 people as opposed to 4 to 5, because you really shouldn't eat more than, you know, a chunk of this. Okay, we're done there. Now, let's go put this back in the box of magic for an additional 3 minutes. All right, so we just did 2 minutes. Now I'm going to put on my crust. Oh, that just looks so good. I don't know if this smooths. Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay, good. All right, 1 minute. Okay. Careful fingers. Yep, okay. Okay, let's... Oh no. So maybe the plastic back on it wasn't great for the crust. But some of that stuck pretty good. Oh, that's so warm. So I'm going to recommend that we give this a minute to before we eat it. We don't have the kind of situation where we have multiple cooking things, so we can't like bring one out and go, try this now. But ooh, that got actually kind of crispy. That's good. I like this. Okay, so we're gonna dish up a couple little bowls here, or cups. If we could get a couple coffee cups, put a little chunk in it, and we'll get some sampling going on and see how people like it. That's so far away. Cup. Yes, okay, 2 cups. And we'll get Brian and Dr. D to try this. Just a little bit here, a little bit of the breading, a little bit of the broccoli. Because this is dive food, so. Oh gosh, it smells so good. This is how you man style. You use a coffee cup and a spoon or straw. But don't waste it. Okay, all right, here we go. Taste test. This is cameraman Brian and cameraman
really
taster.
Oh wow.
We got gypped just a little bit.
Well, I'm gonna have more. You can have this one here, Brian. You can have mine. Yeah, pretty good.
It's not real spicy, but it has really good flavor, and you can taste the broccoli with the crunch and
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
this is
chicken.
very, very tasty.
Wow, that's
And I mean, technically, about a half an hour of cook time, so that's not bad. Yeah, good. Okay, so do you think you can make that with what we just did?
for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't touch my hot sauce. Okay, so pretty simple, I think. You don't have to use this formula at all. I think the whole point here is this: is if you lower your standards just a little bit, don't have to lower them a lot, but if you lower your standards just a little bit, you could probably find anything to eat for you and your family. Pick the ingredients you want, pick the ingredients you like, add some vegetables if you want, add some meat if you want. You don't have to use macaroni and cheese, you can use anything. You don't even have to use noodles. If you can find rice, use rice. Use some kind of a mixing product. I mean, cheese is good. I like cheese. You don't have to like cheese, that's okay. You can use yogurt probably. Whatever you do, add some spice and flavor to it. And then, everything just kind of mixes in there. It's all going to end up in the same spot. I really encourage you to just get out there when other people aren't shopping. Find something that you like, the one thing that you like, add a couple other things that you like, put it all in a pot, heat it, eat it. And I said 4 to 6 people, but we're going to be diving, so just 2 meals. Hope this was fun, hope it was informative, and let us know if you make anything. We'll talk to you soon. Have fun.